Hi, Paul Sakis. Pause the world for peace. And we're going to talk about peace. We're here with a real peace advocate, okay? And more than just an advocate, someone who's doing something about concerns about peace. Lisa Parker. Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I am well. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, Peace Day Philly, all right? Philadelphia has always emphasized its founding mission: empower all people. And we speak with Lisa now, and tell us a little bit about Peace Day Philly and how it got started and why it got started.
I learned about Peace Day in 2009. I saw a documentary on TV about it, and it was really such a great idea. I thought this idea of a global day of peace, and I really wanted to bring it to my hometown of Philadelphia. So that first year, I did help facilitate two soccer programs and two films. And then the next year got together with a number of people, gathered people together. And I wasn't really looking to lead the effort. I'm not a leader, I'm a much better supporter, but no one else wanted to lead it. So it just by default became me. And then we got a small core group together, and that year we did 3 programs, and then it just went from there. We had one year we had over 25 programs in the Philadelphia region. And what we really try to emphasize is, this question, what can you do? And our website, which has actually been adapted by 4 North American cities because they like the idea so much of what can you do. They have that on their website, but our website has ideas for children and youth, nonviolence, social justice, interfaith understanding, humanitarian aid, and others, the arts. And so it gives you a lot of different ways that you can get involved in the day. That was what I thought from the very beginning. I'm a social worker by training. So my question was always, well, what can I do to make this day a meaningful day? So that's kind of what we promote. We're very much of a pro-peace organization. So we don't tend to have anti-programs. We tend to have pro-peace programs. And we have a small group of dedicated people. We became a nonprofit organization in 2013, but we're still volunteer run. So we're a very small group, but a mighty one at that. So, yeah. And I would say also we involve anywhere from 20 to 40 organizations annually. So 20 to 40 organizations who are doing something for Peace Day.
Wow, well, you come from brotherly, I'm going to add it, sisterly love, city, right?
Sisterly affection, they say.
Is that how it is? Okay.
Yes. City of brotherly love and sisterly affection.
Oh, okay. Was that I never heard that. I just like to say amen and not women, but I guess that has been accepted in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Sisterly accepted. Okay. All right. Accepted? No.
Sisterly affection.
Affection. Okay. All right. Okay. All righty. So I admire, I've seen your outreach. You continue on for years, since we've been involved for 20 years. But sometimes these things aren't so easy to continue on with. What keeps you in the game, let's say? What gives you your inspiration?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think especially since we're all volunteers, there are times when we kind of get tired. And I think our small group, we motivate each other. So sometimes one of us is kind of getting fatigued and the other ones will kind of get them back into it. And I think too, the organizations that we work with, they're doing work related to wellness and peace all the time. And so when we work with other organizations, which we tend to do a lot, we tend to do collaborative programs rather than us planning the whole program. And we always get a lot of great energy from the organizations that we work with. So I'd say that's the number one thing is other organizations can kind of keep us going and keep us motivated.
All right, I like that idea. Partnerships is a wonderful way to move a project forward, if not possibly the only way, because in essence, those are the kinds of people you want to be involved, whether it's you alone and or with them, because they are the ones on the ground doing the kinds of things that you believe in. Peace is a very interesting word, isn't it? Of and to itself. The statement peace has so many, I've interviewed so many people, I've asked them, what does peace mean to them? And I've heard at least 1,000 different opinions of what peace means to them. How about you? What does peace mean to you, Lisa?
Um, well, I kind of agree with what we've developed with Peace Day Philly, which is personal, local, and global. But everything starts with the personal. And I think, and that's something I've learned in my journey with Peace Day Philly, where there were times when I wasn't behaving in a peaceful way because somebody canceled or somebody didn't show up or there's a problem with the program or something like that. And it's been a process for me, but now, I really want to build peace in peace. So it's really starts with the individual and, us all being in a place of personal peace and respect for one another. And so that's what I focus on throughout the year, my own personal peace. But we talk about personal, local, global are the levels of peace, but it all starts with the individual.
Today, actually, this is a great day for us to have a chance to speak because today's the Dalai Lama's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
Buddhists very much speak towards compassion and acceptance and empathy and things like that. Words with meaning and
Right.
with actions, right? Similarly to what we're talking about here, I believe.
Yeah, we're actually having a film that has the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu interacting and talking, and it's a film called Mission Joy. It's about their friendship that they built over the years. So that's one of the programs that we're doing this year. Yeah.
And where is that on Peace Day, September 21st?
It's actually going to be on the 16th, the Friday before Peace Day.
Oh, okay. That's great. And where will you show that?
At the Philadelphia Ethical Society, right off of Rittenhouse Square in Philadelphia.
Oh, wow. Okay. I know that Rittenhouse Square. So I have my oldest buddy. He's living on that Rittenhouse Square right over there. And I like Philadelphia a lot. I think it has wonderful history, right? It does have wonderful history.
Absolutely.
It's a great, great, great town. I have to say I'm a Rocky fan also. I can't that I did climb the stairs there and jump up and down one time. But I did it for peace.
Right.
I don't like fighting. I don't like any kind of fighting. My sister yesterday and 4th of July or whatever said to, where does all this come from to you? I just have never liked anybody hurting anybody physically. Even an animal or an ant or anything. I don't know why. I don't know why we do this, or some. And I think that's the important thing. I like to focus on the sum, that the world. I like to focus on imagine peace. I like to focus on the fact that it's not even, it's more than imagine. I believe the world is at peace. There's a few people that aren't living life peacefully for whatever their reasons are. You're a social worker, right? Whatever their circumstances are, their way of life, their upbringing, so on and so forth, or their sadness, the lack of love, whatever all the things are, but the most of the world lives in peace. Do you think that as well?
Um, yeah, I guess that's true. I think there's like a third group that's kind of neutral, that they're not really contributing to peace, but they're not, um, not on the violence side either. So I think that's one of the things we try to do, is get people who are on the neutral side over to the peace side, and really encourage them to act positively for peace.
Uh-huh. I didn't finish what I usually do say, and either most of the people aren't doing anything. I mean, they're not bothering anybody. They're just trying to live and survive on Mother Earth, and thusly, I love them for being, in my mind, still peaceful ones. You know,
Mhm.
that's a big group, I think.
Yes. I think ego is a big one we have to look at. I think when we're, excuse me, um, planning our projects, there are times when people's egos or people's will is kind of overwhelming, and they're not able to like treat everybody the same, where everybody has a chance to speak and um, speak their mind. So we have that process is part of our peace building process, is how do we deal with that, and we want to deal with it in a way that's peaceful, not in a way that creates more friction and more conflict and more tension. But it is something we definitely have to work with. That and not following through are the two that we work with a lot.
Uh-huh. Well, and as far as I hold this up photo of the from the moon to Mother Earth. All right, and this doesn't have the boundaries and the borders and so on and so forth. To a certain degree, I mean, we've taken this world, our world, which is flying away in outer space as we speak, this little baby planet, according next to a lot of bigger ones, and we've broken it up into many different, in my mind, and I'm going to say segregated countries and different scenarios, of which has benefits, but it does have disadvantages. Well, what do you think? I mean, it's hard. We structured the world somehow, whether we put stones and said this is my property, or I've claimed, somehow I claimed this and that, and it has its way of running things. And on the other hand, it has the way of serious concerns.
I I think when I think it's wonderful when different cultures can have a meeting of minds. Different countries have different cultures and different traditions and rituals, and when they share those, then people can have a better understanding. They may not be from that country, but they kind of understand the countries better. So I think when people are open to see what a country has to offer, that's just that approach is more um, calm and generates more peace than seeing a country as an adversary.
Yeah.
But it's a complicated thing in this world, in this time. It's a very complicated situation right now. So I think the more we can show respect for other people's cultures and lives, the better. So we work on that.
Yeah, I love culture. I've done multicultural marketing for 36 years. I love my ancestry, my Hungarian Jewish background. I love all that. And I think it's a beautiful thing to know. I somehow, and I don't know how yet we are going to go about it doing it, but the minds, I'm hoping, and I've been working at this for the 20 years, that the Peace Day can give us an understanding that one more level of something, that we're still, whether we have these cultures or whether we have these countries, we're still in the brotherhood / sisterhood of man, Homo sapien, man / woman. I don't like the man people. It's just saying man. All right. So in today's days, there's about 90 other names of who we are. But whatever we are, And I put a story up about us with our animals and plants about the DNA today, how we have similarities in that way too. So let's say everything that's on this little card here, if we could have this in our head overall, and then be a Hungarian Jewish kid down here and everything else. But I know that I am a brother, sister, or whatever to everybody around us. That's the level I'm not. I hope we can somehow figure out how to incorporate or get that person, people, the world, the animals on that same page. Yeah, and you're trying, you're doing, you're working.
Well, I think that's why, one of the reasons why Peace Day is so inspiring, because it allows people to consider peace in their own way, in their own life. Whether they come to a program or not doesn't matter. If they do something that day, it helps raise awareness about, okay, this is me at peace. This is me learning something that's related to peace and nonviolence and social justice. And then I think it opens the door for behaving that way the next time. We're very habitual as human beings, as human creatures. And I think once we start doing something, my hope is that people will use the knowledge and the experience and take that, take Peace Day as a jumping off point or a continuation on a journey, not an end to itself.
Wow, you're so well spoken and so thoughtful. I'm so fortunate to get a chance in our audience as well to hear from you. I've I've been enamored with Peace Day Philly for some years now. I get these beautiful emails and thoughts here about what's going on over there. So this, and thank you for being part of that and staying into it. So we're trying here, and we have the mayor's blessing, saying, and he's been in our Peace Day event here. New York's an evolved town, I'm going to call it. There's a lot of people, one. There's a lot of management, two. In fact, we have more people working for the city of New York than live in the state of Rhode Island. It is a very involved, complicated scenario. But, I feel this year that the stars are aligned. So I got to put it, because the mayor said to me, and he's been part of it, and some of the Gale Brewers, who's been the city council presidents, I'll have to admit that cities and countries work on government, and a lot. Government is a very influential. I sort of try to stay away from government personally. I don't usually, I vote, but I don't really take money from the governments and things like that. I don't know what it was about me. I thought that I'm individual, I'm a business person, I should be able to do it without taking government money and give the government money to the people that need that government money. So it's been in me for all these 73 years. But I see now, if you don't get the government to support what you do, because it's not going to be as potentially as successful, because they have the backing of the people, and hopefully for the people, for the best interest of the people. So I'm reaching out this is to say this, I'm reaching out to our Department of Education. I've sent them what you've done. I've sent them what Chicago's done, in planning and the Peace School, and your beautifully conceived concepts of how to work within peace. And I believe, have the right name of the person. We're hopefully going to have the meeting, and if 12 noon, here's our thought that at 12 noon, if we could get them to do a human peace sign, that's one thing. If we can get them just to take the moment of silence as requested by the United Nations, if the principal can get on, if the mayor can get on, if a celebrity can get on, because people do like celebrities, Um, and we have a take this moment, and if they can do some lesson plans, if they can make some cranes, or if they can, you know, learn how to do something peace related, conflict resolution, or a conversation about it. So it's very exciting, and I really want it to work. And then I'd love it to expand. I'd love for the students of New York to maybe talk to some students in Philadelphia, maybe a little beta test, if we could do something like that, one classroom, or, three students or something, whatever. I guess everything is a build upon what we've done before. Is that how you see it?
Yeah. And I think in the city, you get a lot of, there's a lot of turnover. So I've built relationships with people and done things, and then they leave, and then I have to start all over with another group. So that's a little bit two steps forward, one step back kind of thing. We've involved the police department every year since we founded in 2011. There are community relations officers in each district throughout the city, and there are 20 some districts. And, we've gotten the word out to them to try to do something for peace on or around Peace Day. And they send us a list every year with what the different districts have done. And they do, like safety talks, they do mediation, conflict mediation, conflict resolution. They do a lot of positive art projects and things like that. So we're working with them again this year. And I think we're going to try to do a march and a rally with them, in addition to having community relations officers do activities in their own district. So that's what we're working on with the police this year. But, people have said to me, well, the police, how did you get them involved? But the police is very interested in doing positive things with their communities. And especially now when there's such a disdain for the police, anything that can be done that's for the positive for communities is good, is a good thing. So they want to do it rather than us dragging them into it. They want to figure out how to do. And that's why we finally developed a toolkit, which has a lot of ideas for kids, because a lot of the things that the community relations managers do is work with kids after school or even in their school environment. So we developed that toolkit for everyone, but especially for the Philadelphia School District and the Philadelphia Police Department.
Magnificent. And it's a magnificent toolkit.
Oh, thanks. Thanks to a student. We had a student intern who was really great with the graphics and everything. So that helped us out. When we get help like that, that's when you ask what keeps you going. That inspired me that we put that together last year. So, when people contribute their talents, it's really helpful for us. And we really appreciate it when it happens.
Is that on your website also? I think so, right?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, a link to the toolkit is on the website.
So when I put out a press release, I'm going to say something about it. So here out of New York, because as more people learn about what's happening, what people are doing, such as your organization, and you're a leader and continue to be a smart leader from my observation as let's say, a marketing PR guy. All right. So you want to work with people that are making things happen and making them happen smartly. And last, with the potential for it to last the following year, or even to get bigger the following year, right? That's how you approach it, it seems to me.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a fluctuation of different programs. As I said, one year we had over 25 programs, and that doesn't include the police department. That does, I'd say, maybe 15 police districts do something for Peace Day. So that's in addition to the 25. But when COVID hit, we had less programming. We had all online programming. So we probably had maybe 10 or 12 programs that year, the first year of COVID. So it does fluctuate up and down. And because we like to do collaborations, we have to find organizations that are up to collaborating with us and up to doing the work that's necessary to make it happen. So I'd say we fluctuate a bit. I think last year we did, I want to say 16 programs, but I'm not sure, but it was less than 20. But that's okay. It's not the number of programs that we've done. It's the relationships that we forge and the quality of the programs themselves.
I'm going to let you go and do all the things you got to do, but I am 100% convinced I need you to come here, and I need you to run the New York thing, outreach for World Day of Peace, International Day of Peace. I got my 20-year. I can produce a TV show, but I need people that really are so well organized. I need the management of running these things and the collaborating with the people to do that. So I need you to move. We'll get your place on Fifth Avenue. Where do you want to live? Just tell us where you want to live.
Now near the UN, Midtown.
Okay, near the UN. Now I just got to figure out the other part that I also need someone else to help me with, is how to get some money so I can make these things happen that are so important to happen.
One of the groups we've gotten to fund us is Rotary, the Rotary Club of Philadelphia. So I don't know if New York, if there's a Rotary Club that you might reach out to, but we've had success asking the Rotary Club, not a whole lot of money, but some is better than none. And we get our other program funds from individuals who just believe in what we're doing. And it's enough, because a lot of the things we do, that organizations contribute their time, contribute their venue. So we don't have a huge budget, and that really helps.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, Rotary International has been part of what we did.
Mm-hmm.
Never actually received any funding from them, but I don't think I've ever asked. It's such a project. What did I do again?
It is a project, yeah.
At one point, I always say, it's like, even if I have a party at my house, there's always one part that happens that I finally say to myself, what am I doing? What have I got myself into? But at the end of it, we're happy because we're doing our part to make the world a better place and more people to be aware.
And speaking of the UN, we're really proud to be an NGO affiliated with the UN. That happened in 2018, which we had to apply for. So we're really excited about that. So we get to go to the UN for the many programs. I mean, most of their programs are still virtual now, but for the in-person programs, we are able to come up and attend those programs, and that I find really exciting. I always get some good ideas to bring back to Philly.
Lisa, you're fantastic. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Sure. Appreciate you being interested. Thank you.
I'll keep it up, and we're here to help, and we'll see if there's some nice ways we can partner, and you'll see if it can fit into what you guys are doing.
Okay, we'll do.
All right.
Thank you so much. Take good care.
All right, you too.
May peace prevail on earth.
I like it. I love
it.
Bye-bye.